Michigan quarterback J.J. McCarthy is on his way to replace Kirk Cousins at Minnesota after they traded up with the New York Jets. I need to know. I have to know. Is this a good move by the Vikings, and what sets the tone for the rest of the season having J.J. McCarthy, having that type of talent there? Where do you see him going for the rest of this season?
I love J.J. McCarthy. I loved him a lot more than most people because I heard scouts talking, and I went and did what they said to do. They said, go and watch the cut-ups of all his 3rd and 7 or longer plays. I did better than that. I went and watched every single play he made this past season, but then I went and specifically watched all his 3rd down plays. I told you in an earlier episode we did, I could count on one hand the amount of times I thought J.J. McCarthy made a wrong decision in college. I thought he made the right decision 99% of the time. No, he's not going to wow you. He's never going to be Patrick Mahomes. But I think with Kevin O'Connell, look at what he got out of Kirk Cousins. I think J.J. McCarthy could definitely be better than Kirk Cousins. I think if he would have gone to New England or even like Washington, he would have crashed and burned. I think he would have been done. We would have never heard about him. But going to Minnesota, I think I'm going to go out on a limb, not say I think he can. I think he's going to be successful.
I know we didn't talk about Penix in this list here because we spent a segment talking about Penix ad nauseum, but honestly, the pick from Atlanta, I think really helped Minnesota get to this position without having to give up a whole lot of extra picks to get J.J. McCarthy, right? So I think this kind of lessened the value of that 10th pick with Penix being gone. So I think Minnesota can thank the Falcons here. And
that's actually an interesting point. Yeah, because you said in the opening they went up more than they did. They only moved up one. They were picking 11, but I think the Jets were basically just trying to get something out of them. And fair, if you like your guy, go get him. A lot of people said maybe that Minnesota liked Penix or liked Drake May. I know they made offers to New England, like really big offers. That's what Daniel Jeremiah hinted at. But ultimately, I think this is going to work out really well. Everybody that talks about J.J. McCarthy says he's got the intangibles, and I think that means a lot in the league. What I like about him is what I don't like about Jayden Daniels. He's throwing over the middle. He's throwing into tight windows. He's getting the ball out quick. He's reading the defense, and he's a sneaky good athlete. There's a lot of plays in college where he uses his legs and makes a big play out of nothing. I think he's smart, and I think Kevin O'Connell is going to get the most out of him. Also making sure they go in and get Dallas Turner at pick 17, an edge rusher to kind of define that defense. You put him in an offense that's got Justin Jefferson. I mean, the kid should be good. I don't know what realistic expectations should be for this season because I don't think he's going to come out there and just light the world on fire. But their over-under, last I looked, was 6.5. I think they can win 7 games. Do you think they're going to start J.J. McCarthy, or do you think they're going to let Sam Darnold start? Because it's a possibility they start Darnold. I don't think they should, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of battle from here until September, right? And I think that preseason we'll start to know the full picture. I don't think we'll know until then who's probably going to get the nod, but it wouldn't surprise me if Sam Darnold started for the first 4 to 8 weeks, and then we saw J.J. McCarthy play some cleanup and in games that they may be ahead in the fourth quarter. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's a genuine competition, right?
Because it's not the situation of, I know we hate it, but Penix and Kirk Cousins, right? Like you have a clear starter there with Kirk Cousins, a veteran. You got Sam Darnold that you're playing behind.
Right.
That's not much to look up to.
No.
Hate to say it, but it's just not.
Agree. And I know some people think, hey, Kevin O'Connell might can make Sam Darnold something. I'm like, I think we know who Sam Darnold is at this point. I'm not saying he couldn't be serviceable, but ultimately I'm like, why would I start a guy that I kind of know who he is over a kid I can develop? Unless you think the kid's not quite ready and throwing him in there will actually hurt his growth. Because that's absolutely a possibility. You know how much I like Kevin O'Connell. I trust whatever decision he makes will be the right one because he's going to be watching them through training camp. He's going to make the right decision for the football team. I think he's good, and I think McCarthy's going to succeed. It might not be this year, but I think 2-3 years from now, he's going to be a solid. I think we'll be debating him as a 8 to 14 quarterback in the league.